keeping me awake. A new beginning, they won't hold up to the end. And I promise you will never be the same. You're my victim, you're my reason to live. You're my obsession, you make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession. You know my weakness and all the pain I've caused to you. And you love me even though I am a fool. You see my darkness, but I seek forgiveness when I come to you. I can't promise I won't break the rules. You're my victim, you're my reason to live. You're my obsession, you make up my story. You're my reality. You're my obsession.
Now you should be hearing me. How's my sound coming? Seems pretty loud. The levels are going really high. Testing. Better. Is it too loud? Yeah, I'm gonna drop a little bit the gain on this because it seems to be hitting the red quite often. There we go. What I said is thank you so much, and the workout is going well. Thanks so much. And how about you? How was your Saturday night? All right, I'm gonna do my physio, boring exercises, but got to be done nonetheless. And my chest is pretty tight from yesterday because we benched. Nice dedicated shoulder workout, eh? Awesome. Hey, Andrew, how are you doing?
Hey, hello, son. Wow.
It's pretty late for a Saturday workout for us. That's because I had a massage therapy training today. Whole day, and it's going to be the same tomorrow, but I usually don't stream on Sundays and Mondays.
This is hard for me.
What? Front rack?
It's hard to get
Into position.
it hurts my shoulders.
Push and bring back with your lats. It's your lats that are kind of straining to get lift yourself up the bench. Alright? And rack like this and then roll yourself up the bench. Okay? Roll yourself. It's just that you just gotta bring your shoulders up. As the bench doesn't go back enough, that's the problem. Hitting your bench inside the cage. Hi, how was your massage therapy? Well, I was being, it was great. Today was more like an anatomy course than anything. So we were learning the whole skeleton system. So for me, it's kind of more of a revision because I've learned pretty much all of that during my personal training certification course. So it was more of a review for me, but a lot of other people for massage therapy didn't have that knowledge before, so it was a good refresher. It was a good refresher for me, for sure. And there's a lot of bones that you don't get to, bone names or bone terms that you don't get to use that much in personal training because we're gonna work those phalanges. Right? How many times can you say that? Like, all right, we're gonna train those phalanges. It's just not gonna happen. So there's a lot of bones that you don't
Phalanges.
I don't have to remember their names because anyway, just getting a refresher on those. Relearn what their names are. Just like I made a joke too about dancing phalanges. Dancing phalanges.
You're not saying it properly.
I know.
Phalanges. See bones.
Yes, not bones.
I'm pretty good, Andrew, but I'm tired.
Who was that lady yesterday also? Do you like that and chips? What? Okay.
I'm good, but tired. And the calorie deficit is getting to me energy-wise.
Yeah. The lady that was here yesterday is one of my newest clients. She's a trainee, and she wanted me to help her with her nutrition and coach her for powerlifting meet that she wants to compete in. And she accepted to be coached live on the stream, hence why she was on stream. So basically, while I was teaching her the deadlift, while I was also looking at her body dispositions and body anthropometry is the right term, seeing how she moves using the conventional deadlift stance or the sumo deadlift stance, I made a recommendation that for her it might be better to do sumo and train sumo, especially with some of her back condition. So because she has a longer torso, it puts a lot more strain on her back when she's pulling conventional as opposed to pulling sumo, where your back is more in a vertical position than unconventional. So she's closer to the floor because she can bring her hips more down. So, you know, that's all part of coaching. And I wanted you guys to look at how that's basically done in a private gym setting, and she accepted to do that during a live stream with you guys. Why do calorie deficits and cuts make me feel so weak and drained and super hungry? Well, that's the whole point. I mean, your body detects this, and your body is a survival machine, right? So when we were like hunter-gatherers, not a really social race or whatever, right? We would be hunting, but sometimes we would not catch anything, and we'd be, you know, on a fast because we couldn't find food or blah blah blah. You know, food was scarce. Then we start using our body fat reserves, and then your body will increase hunger cues for you to go and, well, you need to get some food there, buddy. So now today, food is readily available. It's not a problem anymore. So, but your body still does not understand that. So when you are inducing a calorie deficit to your body responds by increasing hunger, saying, hey, we are lacking energy here. We have to use our reserves. So we need to increase hunger for you to know that you need to get some more food. But you, with your brain, you know what's going on, and you have to tell your body, shut the hell up, I know what I'm doing. So So that's also one aspect of health and fitness that I want people to be careful of, because some of the general advice will be you have to listen to your body, right? Well, this in general is a good advice. The problem is, well, if you listen to your body all the time, right, your body does not necessarily give you good cues to attain your goals. Not always, right? So in terms of injury, pain, and everything, pain is always a level that you have to play around with. And hunger is also another one that you have to be careful with. It's like if you'd listen to your body, you'd be eating everything all day. You know, you wouldn't stop at all. So it's like, okay, so that's the same question yesterday, I think. So we had a local shop, ordered fish and chips, and you were at the front of the line, behind you, 50 people in line. What does it matter if I would react or not? That's a strange question, Andrew, and it's I'm not so sure what is the point of the question actually. Working embarrassed and walk of shame because you can't afford anything else. Fish and chips. I mean, fish and chips usually isn't cheap. There might be something else on the menu. And why would I curse at the cashier? I would not curse at the cashier for something like that. This is honestly, it's not really something that I need to worry about. All right, I need to do my thoracic extensions. Are you almost done your inclines? Last set, good. He said he apologizes for asking this question and he won't ask it again. I was like, it's not that it's a bad question, Andrew. It's just a little strange, and I just honestly don't really know how to answer. I just fail to see the point of the question. It's like, if you ask me how I would react, do you want to compare it to how you would react to see if you'd react in the right way? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. When I have a bad day, no prescription, honey. When my skies are gray, no popping the pill, no smoking up to oh, my shoulder.
Done. Woo! Oh, in America, I've seen people in restaurants where they don't have enough money for a meal, that they don't know how to express that and control their emotions and feelings, and they sometimes lash out. Well, basically, if you don't have enough money for a meal, why are you going to restaurants? I mean, if I'm at a point where I don't have enough money to afford anything in a restaurant, then I would not even go to the restaurant, and I'll try to, get the most out of whatever grocery I can go and get in the superstore or something. I'd definitely not lash out at the cashier about the pricing. of said restaurant, but a lot of people nowadays tend to blame everybody else but themselves for stuff that the other guy at the other end has nothing to do with. Oh, I still need to do my. I keep on doing that all the time. Ah,
Moi, je fais mes.
dumbbell.
Sur quel banc? Puis où?
Moi, je les ferais là-dessus.
Là?
Ouais, parce que tu les fasses flat. Yeah. Whew. Ah.
Il va être 25. Commencer.
I can feel my adductor magnus here. That's very tight. So I will foam roll the quads. And the adductor magnus. Are those leg stretches? Yes. Well, they are called dynamic stretches, right? So you don't want to go beyond the range of motion of a particular range, so that would, and hold it there. What you want to do is stretch the muscle in an active state, contract and decontract the muscle. So it's called the dynamic warm-up. So here I'm going to be contracting my hip to externally rotate the femur or the knee and the glute, obviously. And then by leaning forward, I will be adding a little bit of stretch on my adductor magnus here and my lower erectors, but not going too far. We want to keep maintaining the contraction of the muscle while doing that. All right? And alternating. So this works your hip into internal rotation here and external rotation there, and doing the other way around. Works your hip mobility. And kind of grease the grooves before your workout. But I can feel there's still some tension in my adductor magnus, so I will be using the foam roller to try and release a little bit of the tension that's already there. 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're testing both internal and external rotation of the hips. If we have any pain whatsoever doing this, then they are not mobile enough and we need to test it. and work a little bit more on mobility. Foam rolling now. I will leave that there. So I'll be foam rolling the medial and the lateral of the heads of the quad or biceps, and the adductor magnus right here.
Protein bar.
The rectus femoris can be also foam rolled this way. And this usually is a little bit painful because the muscle is tight and you need to stay there until the muscle releases. At that point, it becomes less painful. So right now I'm doing the medial head. So when you're doing some foam roller, you really have to focus on relaxing the muscles, even if it's painful. There you go. Now for the external or the lateral head, we need to do it one side at a time. We can't hit both at the same time. So lateral, I'll just use. Oh, yeah. There's some tension here for sure.
Sorry.
All right. Gonna work on the hip. Also here, the tensor. Normally I'd probably do it with the ball, but there's a little bit of texture to this foam roller. I can sometimes get one in right here.
Yes, wait.
All right, let's do this one. For the lateral head. Oh. It looks like Nelly
J'ai monté ma métabole.
is eating something before a workout. Yeah, that's a protein bar.
During bar. During.
Hip. All right, Dr. Magnus. Oh. Oh, this one's a little strange to do with a foam roller. It's hard to target, but I got it now. And I can usually target it better when my leg is fully extended. All right, I think we're good with the foam rolling. Woo! I finish up our leg warm up. Feeling a little less tension in the quads now. So we're gonna work on activation. Glutes, quads, adductor, hip flexor. External rotation. Whoop, losing my balance on this side, that's not good. All right, we're done with the activation. We're gonna be doing the actual squat without weight. So air squats, basically. I love those leg exercises. It says he does it, looks like he's dancing. Well, a lot of those moves are used in dancing too. So, yeah, I know that. All right, let's just take our regular squat stance and just test the range of motion. And this is also a dynamic workout or dynamic warm-up or dynamic stretching, because you're using the normal range of motion to just get the muscle acclimated to contracting and releasing, contracting, releasing. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. All right, we have a good range of motion on the squat. We feel a lot of our musculature work because there's still a little bit of lactic acid in my body. It's still called muscle soreness. That doesn't mean that we haven't recovered completely. That just means that we haven't finished clearing out all the toxins or the lactic acid, basically. So we're not going to do a full-blown leg workout. We're just going to add a few sets. And we're going to take away that bench and start squatting. So during my normal leg day, I'll do 4 sets of these with 4 sets of SSBs plus the leg extensions. Today we're only doing 3 sets of squats. So we're not gonna overwork the legs, but we're just adding extra volume, extra stimulation, more frequency. And I've been sitting in the classroom all day, so this is going to be a pretty good workout. Okay, bar is loaded. I'll be right back. I gotta hit the washroom, but then I'll be right back in a second. All right, I'm back. Now let's actually go onto the bar. It's already 7. Our warm-up is gonna have 2-minute breaks to load the bar for the next one. So we'll set it to 2 minutes. And let's hit that. Not too hard like Nelly. Take the time for shoulders to settle. The shoulders accept the position, although it's rather a little tight. We're going to keep the stretch on the shoulder during the first set. All right, we'll let the shoulder recover from that stretch with a 2-minute break while we load the bar for the second set. Bar is loaded. You okay with the dumbbells? Loose. 12 for what? Lateral raise? Wow. You're doing as much as I am, thanks to the shoulder injury. All right, 19 seconds. We can start going under the bar. Our shoulders should already feel better with the stretch to get into a low bar position for the squat.
Do it. Hey,
We're gonna do this for an easy 8. And ever since I've widened my grip on, oh crap, it's not the right camera here. Some technical issues always creeps up on us. There we go. Now we have the front view of the squat. So ever since I've widened my grip on the squat, I feel less tension or less strain on my elbows. All right, the warm up to 135 is successful. Next warm up will be 225. We'll do that to 6. Whoa.
Just do it!
Do you think it'll cook the same in an aluminum foil? He said just do it, right? That means I have to go. Ah. Yes. Goodness. All right, belt. Gonna do 225 for 6. All right, we're up, we're going. 225 is the third set. We're gonna be doing the fourth set at 295. We're gonna do, no, 315. Yes, please. Woo! What? Something wrong in the field today. Whoa. Potent. One word. Potent.
I don't understand.
All right. One last warm-up set, which will be at 315. For a double. man.
What's great?
This is great. What is great? Yes, we can make that smile. See you guys work hard. There we go. If we can do it, so can you. Ah. 40 seconds until all hell breaks loose. I am going to take that 30 seconds to wash my mouth guard. Oh, here we go. Timer said to just do it. Finding stuff that's supposed to be hooked on there, but is it? Gagnon is amazing that you waiting until your late 30s, early 40s to get in shape. Yeah, well, it's never too late. Never too late. But I kind of wish I had started earlier. Okay, this time we're going to be using the wrist wraps. Wrist wraps. And as last warm-up, we are going to do 315 for a double. I don't know. Feels too late for me. Yeah, right. Never. Buddy. There's people that started powerlifting at 55. We're competing at 70 now.
A 76-year-old lady competed last month. 76.
All right. Cool. 315. Let's go. Felt the power in the legs. Now today I will not be doing a heavy walkout, and so our working set is going to be just 10 more pounds of this, but we're going to do it for 6 reps. So here we enter the 4-minute rest periods. And we're going to load 325. Feels good. You should take the massage therapy course too, babe.
I'm pretty good at massage.
Oh yeah. So why would it feel... Oh, sorry, that was not Andrew, that was Ryonic Gaming. Hello and welcome to the stream. I'm sorry, when I read that comment, I thought it was Andrew McNair seeing it. I'm so sorry. Welcome to the stream, Ryonic Gaming. And no, it's never too late to start. And I would ask you your age, but I don't need to because I know the answer is going to be it's never too late to start. Ryonic Gaming, how old do you think I am? And don't be afraid to say. I don't care, really, how old I look. Some veins coming out. But just to give you a hint, I started working out at 41.
I'm 41.
All right, 1 more minute and a half before we go and kill our... Yeah. You just need a 10 pound. No, sorry, a 5 pound on each side. Yeah. Luckily, there's still 2 available. Because somebody's still stealing all the plates. Okay. When are you guys' abs start going in? It started. We're not really looking to get abs. We're just aiming at a particular weight class. Getting abs is just a side effect of that.
I got a little abs. Hey, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky, how are you? Woo! Okay. Now, if Vicky comes in, my timer says to go just do it. Now I have a correlation. How are you doing, Vicky? I have to go work. I have to do 6 reps at 325. This feels like a mountain. Boop, boop. Need to switch. Andrew's impressed.
Fuck, so you sit là comme ça, là?
Try some push down. Take the bar.
Hein?
Take the straight bar.
Faut que je mette un fil?
Depends. With your arms arrive about here, so you need the bar to be just a little bit higher. But first I'm going to do my set. You just pulled up the shows. You should look up Vicky though, Andrew. Like that's like chiseled. Chiseled. Vicky is a bodybuilder. He's got great physique. It's like you can do an anatomy course with all the muscles showing up. It's like if you were close, Vicky, I would have invited you to be the model in front of my anatomy courses today for massage therapy. All right, let's go. Sets of 6. Will you provide me with a good rep count, my darling? Let's go. Oh yeah, the 6th one was earlier in half.
I recorded it.
Thank you. Whew. So I had a little bit of strain on this wrist to start with, but I didn't want to reset. Well, I say it like it is, right? You've put a lot of effort, a lot of work into that. So I was able to do 6 reps, but the 6th rep was RP 9, definitely. get used to getting the left one caved in as well. Oops. I see now he's working on some arms. They are looking good.
Also leaning out. I
Yep.
lost 12 pounds. I still got,
Is your spreadsheet updated?
yeah, I still got 14 pounds to go before competition. So it's leaning out.
Raise your left elbow up. Yeah, up, up. Left elbow up. No, that was right. Yeah.
The light is not the right spot.
The right is not the right spot.
The light.
I know, it's just when I look for something, I always overlook it. This is our report. So Nellie's cut is doing well.
I started at 165 though. So we third round.
Before starting it, you just didn't include it. It's supposed to be 1.
Yeah, but it's not showing because I started as a third.
And it's because there's no data to show. Alright, so yeah, she started at 165. We just don't have that data here.
I was 154.2 this morning.
So it's going down. And this is me. So this week has been pretty good. I would have lost 2.4 pounds. Oh, I did have a weigh-in this morning. I was 193. I haven't put it in. Where's my phone? Apparently my phone stayed upstairs, but I think it was 193.2. So I believe, not to be mistaken. So still lost 2.29 on average this week. That's good. Numbers are looking good. Yeah. Still have 4 weeks for me. So if I maintain 2 pounds every week, I should be 185 by the time I end the cut. This shows my target.
You want a Maserati?
So on average, 1.5 pound loss per week. Nelly is 1.78 so far, but there's still a weigh in tomorrow. Good job, thank you, thank you. Numbers are looking good, thanks. Thanks so much. We are working on it. Two more sets for me. Now we're switching onto the dead lifts. turning on the fan. Oh. I think I'm gonna reduce the weight to 315 because the RPE is a little higher than expected.
Tell yourself you didn't really want it. You didn't weren't sure if you were gonna squat.
Yeah.
I know. You said you could have enough.
Alright, so got rid of that. Good.
Yeah, I stayed there longer than I would have thought.
Well, not as long as my shoulders.
I got pumped, baby.
Yeah, how it? You got a pump. See, there's a light right here. If you stand right below it, it'll pop up your muscles. Yeah, there you go.
A hard time getting my arm.
See, when you raise your elbows, teres major sticks out too. There you go. Wide upper chest.
Yeah.
Do you both have a weight you want to get to? Yeah. So Natalie is trying to get into the 60 kilogram class. So that's the high end.
Just do it.
And I was aiming for 82.5 kilogram. I'm still doing that, but I think I'm going to be competing in the 90. So technically I am already at weight for competition, but I want to reduce as much weight as possible. One, to lean out, because I like the aesthetics, but also because it kind of gives me an advantage over someone that's bigger, because if we lift both the same weight in the same class, the tiebreaker will be weight, right? If I weigh lighter than the person, then I would win. But yeah, Natalie is aiming for 140, and to make her weight class, she's going to be doing a water cut of 8 pounds. So that's about a 7% water cut, 7% body weight. All right, I'm out for set number 2. We've reduced weight to be responsible with load management and RPE. We had a technical failure on rep 6. All right, let's go. Now we have a pretty good heavy song for this one. Sweet, leaning out is fun part. Get to see the muscle pop. Yeah, it is. Because you have to use the possible.
I feel bad. I was like, how did I get it there?
I don't know how you did that, to be honest.
I just flipped it on though.
I don't know. Stuff happens by magic these days.
Huh?
I said stuff happens by magic these days.
I lost the carabiner out.
Take out the chain, maybe it'll work better. Okay, that was a cool wrist job as I've ever seen one. All right, 315.
Five first reps were pretty good. 6th one, knee caved in a little bit, but it was much more in control. Whew.
I can't wait to lean out to see what I love. My legs are starting to cut.
It's starting to pop. Starting to see some teardrops. Fuck. All right. Woo. All right, squat warm up. Ooh, let's see here, we've got a connection so you guys can follow along my training log. Not that kind of log. It's never boring with Nelly. And all right, so my workout today, let's fill in the readiness questionnaire. I am sore. I'm actually sore before I started. I was not really stressed. I was a little tired. Mood is normal, and I slept. I didn't slept all that much. All right, hey GK Matt, what's going on? It's going well, my dude. How are you? I don't remember welcoming you to the channel, so welcome, man. How is your Saturday? And how do you like to spend it? Apparently, since you're here, it seems like you're into health and fitness. It's awesome. What did you work on today? Now to log what I've done so far. We did a set of 10 at empty bar. We did one plate for 8. Then we went to 2 plates for 6. And then we went to 315 for a double. Now, 5 rep back squats at 325 for me today, and 5 rep push presses at 185. 185 push press, nice. Got a bunch of dumbbell incline, dumbbell rows, and GHD sit-ups. It's awesome, man. So back squats, so leg, shoulders, and lats, so back. It's pretty much full body. Today is me in combination of pull and leg, and a little bit of the stuff I missed yesterday, which was normally an upper body push day. You compete in Olympic weightlifting, so I don't really do a whole push pull, or well, you typically do splits, right? I compete in powerlifting, but I don't squat every day. I still like to use as much recovery as possible in between my muscle groups. Every day seems like a leg day for you, of course. So typically, what's your favorite Olympic lift? So we started with 325, which we did for 6 reps, but the RPE was a little bit too high to my liking. That was RPE 9. And I suppose that your back squats are a high bar if you're an Olympic weightlifter. Mine are low bar, so technically you're stronger than I am. 225. We dialed it down to 315 because RPE was too high. And we did 6 reps, that was RPE 9 as well. The last one. So we have one more set left. Clean and jerk has always been my favorite. I train high bar mostly, yeah, but I do low bar cycles every once in a while to hit the hamstring. Hit the hamstring with low bar, okay? I don't typically get that much hamstring work with low bar squats. I have to isolate hamstrings for that specific reason. Whew. But yeah, and that's a great workout. I will want to do some Olympic weightlifting at some point. Leaning more forward, so it loads the hips more, so your hip extensors are more heavily loaded. Yeah, I'm more hamstring dominant, and my quads are my weakness. But the reason that I know this is, especially when I'm doing low bar back squat, I have a long torso. So low bar back squat will have me leaning more forward, especially when I'm getting at the bottom, right? And as I go up, my quads dump the load onto my hips. I'm stuck into a good morning, and I have to good morning the way back up. So that's how I know that the quads fail, and I need to work them more. So that's why I will train high bar squats, or in this case, I have an SSB, so I'll train the SSB or front squats to really get these quads working. But I am 62. Now I'm gonna go and do my last set because I'm over rested.
628, I guess.
Yeah, I'm 16. But yeah, I will do a lot more quad dominant move. Where's my this? This is what I want. All right, so I am gonna take a boost as this is the last set. We'll shock the CNS. Oh. We'll record. I don't have my judge cam today because this is just kind of extra volume. So my real leg day is on Thursday, and I have barely 48 hours recovery, so I'm still a little bit sore for my previous leg day. That's why the RPE today is higher. So we got to expect that. And we don't care that we are lifting less weight. We want the actual adaptation from it. All right, rep count, please, darling. Now we have to be careful with this one. It's brand new. We can't be sitting too close. Oh, whew, booyah. Whew. I think that was probably the best set. Whew. Whew. Oh yeah, thanks man. Oh, that's hold on. Let me catch my breath here. Oh, we're done with the squat. This is just a bottle I picked up from a local store because as an emergency, my other ones ran out and I needed one in emergency. So I just picked up basically the Zone. Freaking camera won't focus. Maybe if I put my face here. There we go. So Elite Zone. This is what I call the Aqua Ammonia. It uses water as activator, but I normally use obsidian salts. Gold Splash thing. Those are refillable bottles. I just need to buy some refills. But ordering online would have taken some time, and I needed one that day. Yeah. I don't abuse it too much. I usually use it on AMRAP sets, which I get every end of blocks. But I will sometimes pepper one here and there when I get a little bit tired, just to make sure my focus gets back on. But it does increase CNS fatigue. Whoa. And I also today, because I'm training late, I did not use stims. Well, I did use stims, but half the stims I'm usually used to, because I want to sleep tonight, because I have to get up early tomorrow. But that's why I decided to use a little bit of a boost for this. Now, let's review that. Oh. No, c'est quoi? Well, if you want me.
Je vais reculer mon char le moins possible, puis on va pouvoir plugger.
Yeah, so I'll have to do my charging. Yeah. Okay, I'll bring my charger. I just have to not forget the charger.
Well, like, technically your car is charged with it right now, so you can't really shit.
But I know myself, I'm gonna unplug it and not remember that I have to bring it.
Do you know know you need your car tomorrow. We're
I
like,
know. I know. All right. Sure. I'll finish my workout, and I'll meet you there. In, about an hour, I guess. An hour and a half. So in that last set, though, that's where I started to feel the strain on my brachialis insertion on the ulna. So, but yeah, it's called the pump. Yes. Congratulations on completing your first week of 4 workouts.
Lots of walking.
All right. Have a great night. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, would you mind refilling that for me before you leave? Please? Yeah, just do that. So let's, before we log this last set, we're going to evaluate what was the RPE from an external point of view. All right, let's do that together. I say it was an RPE 8. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. I'll call it an RPE 9. But proprioceptively, it felt really, really hard. I would have judged this an RPE 10 if I just judge it by proprioception. But looking at bar speed, I'd say I probably had an extra 1. 9.
Have a good night.
All right, thank you so much for the water. Have a good night. I'll see you later.
Yep.
Love you. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Now, it's time to get crazy. I'm gonna get some deadlifts. In my RP9, I probably end up pausing somewhere in the rep to evaluate whether to keep going or not. Oh yeah? That RP10 is borderline failing, but make the lifts. I'll show you a my RP10. It's probably RP11 at that point, even though that doesn't exist. That's just like me saying It was really, really hard, but let me explain the context before I load this up to you. I call it also my exorcism, squat demon exorcism. YouTube. So the context is, in my programming, I work with blocks of 4 weeks, where 3 weeks of intense training with a weekly undulating periodization. On week 4 of every block is a deload, right? So week 1, week 2, week 3, deload. So on week 3, every set, the first set of a working set, is brought to failure. So I reevaluate my 1 rep max, so that I can adjust my training maxes, because all my loads are percentage of my 1 rep max. So if I progress, then fine, it's gonna adjust all the weights going forward. So my first set of squats, I think I did like, was it 325? I can't remember what it was, but I stopped and I dropped the towel. I didn't go to failure because it felt like it was like absolute like slowness, super sluggish rep. But after looking at the video, it was clearly an RP 9, probably an 8. So I'm like, well, I missed my AMRAP set, and it was giving me an estimated 1 rep max of 400, right? And I'm like, if I would have made an extra rep, I would have gotten a PR of 415 or something. So I was like, I can't do an all-out set anymore because I simply won't get it after taking that amount of effort. So I decided, I've never actually got the 4-wheel lift, like 4 plates on the bar, so that's 405. And so I decided, screw this, as punishment for dropping the towel, because we die first then quit here, I decided to load 405 and do the single, and I did it. But that was such a grinder for my life, and I'm gonna show it. Yeah, exactly. So a good periodization is always a very good way to achieve your goals, right? And to get some constant progress, or at least monitoring progress. And it's even more important during rehabilitation portions, because in my program right now, I have to rehabilitate my shoulder. I have to rebuild my bench from scratch. So this lift, I made a short out of it, and I'm just gonna show you what RP 10 squat is for me. Put on the desk. So this is done, in context, this is done after my AMRAP set. So I'm trying like 100%, close to 100% single after doing an AMRAP set. So that was RP 10. Funny how I can stroll this video on mobile, but I can't do it on desktop. And the reason why I call this my squat demon exorcism is because of how demonic my eyes look when I am under heavy pressure. My sinuses applies a lot of pressure on my eyes, and they pop out. Like right there, there you go. But you see on maximal lifts right now, my knees are not completely caved in. So that problem has been mitigated a lot ever since I've used some variations for to correct some muscle weaknesses. In this case, it would be glutes and TFLs, which are keeping my knees or femurs externally rotated throughout the range of motion and prevent my quads to dump the load on my hips. But in this case, I am borderline into a good morning position. But the only reason why I managed to bring this up is because I was able to maintain knee integrity through maximal load. So for me, this is huge progress. Extreme lifting, it's different. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna prep for deadlifts, and we're supposed to hit oh, that's deadlift warm up. Okay, so yeah, we'll just load the bar progressively. That's gonna be our warm up. But we're supposed to put 390. We'll dial it down to 375 today. 390 is actually my working weights on a normal pull, fully recovered day. I thought I had some good clips on my channel. So you have your own Twitch channel? You're streaming too? Man, I'm gonna drop you a follow because I am interested in Olympic lifting. This is something that it really interests me. Channel. Ah, yeah, you've been streaming for quite some time, but hold on. Whoop. There you go. Thanks for stopping by. I got an experienced lifter here. You stream mostly just games, or you stream health and fitness as well? Tinris gifted garage pasta that 240 pounds squat snatch. Oh. Oh shit, nice. Oh. Yeah. You got freaking chiseled legs, buddy. That's what I love about Olympic lifters. Their quads are like, boom. Guys, I don't even think I can even, like, no, I can't even snatch that or grip. No, never mind that. I don't even have the shoulder mobility to put something overhead right now, so that would probably destroy my shoulder if I attempted anything, like even just the bar up. Right now, due to the shoulder injury, I can't even do overhead presses at all. 6 days a week for probably 14 years, jeez. Well, nice to meet you, man. I'm 46 years old, currently 192, leaning out to 185 to water cut down to 182 for comp. So I compete in powerlifting in 82.5 kilogram class. But those are like, those are complex moves, right? So you can probably technically deadlift way much more than this, but this is like bringing it overhead. It's a whole different level. Nice. 500. That's what I'm going to be going for in March, in September, in March 23rd, my competition. That's what I'm prepping for. My current best lifts are this. And these are for singles. So training maxes like done through reps, estimated 1 rep max are a little bit higher than this. Bench that was done. I've been training for 3.5 years. So, all right, I gotta prep the platform, but I can keep talking while I do that, right? It's called, I think it's called multitasking. I know us men are not really acclimated to doing multitasks, but I mean, it doesn't mean we can't try. And one thing that's good right now is I can take out those knee sleeves. I keep looking at your video and repeat ears. It's very nice. That's awesome, man. Whew. So we've been training for 14 years, man. Wow, that's good. So you start at 30, 31. I wish I had started that early as well. I've always been a computer geek, gamer, and I like gained so much weight that I couldn't even do some rollerblading, which is something I enjoyed, and I couldn't do that anymore. So I decided to lose weight. That was the end of it, and then I started lifting and taking care of my nutrition, and boom, lost 100 pounds. But then I fell in love with weightlifting, or not weightlifting, technically this is squat, bench, and deadlifts. It's basically just moving weights. But then by natural extension, since I already trained those 3 lifts, doing powerlifting kind of was a natural extension to my training, setting short-term goals to keep the long-term goal of staying fit and in shape, and have a good bone density, have a good musculature, fight, muscle atrophy. I've joined the fight of muscle atrophy. You played soccer in college. After I finished college, I got lazy playing World of Warcraft too much. Hey, man, I dig you. I know, I hear you. I played World of Warcraft for 10, 12 years. Rated 3 times a day, 3 times per week. I still gain a little bit, but I'm old, so reflexes and stuff are not the same anymore. So I can't compete against all those things. So I just play for fun with friends once in a while. It's going to be games that don't take commitment anymore all that much, like Fortnite or Farlight 84. I could just hop in, play 1 or 2 games, and then hop out. No RPGs. It takes too much time to invest. It takes too much commitment, basically, to achieve anything in the game. And it's not at a level that I can do anymore. All right, I should have probably kept a few 45-pound plates here. We're gonna switch over to deadlift shoes because we're not gonna do deficit deadlifts. Oh. But yeah, you should stream your workouts if you're not doing it already. It makes our training a little less boring. Keeps us a little bit more, I guess, accountable. All right. So our warm-up will just consist of, adding one wheel, doing it for a few reps, all the way down to 375. Oh. Looks straight to me. I have a good setup in my new gym with camera and stuff. Nice. Fire it up, man. Fire it up. So for the deadlift through training, I was able to get a 492 estimated 1 rep max through reps. Hopefully that's gonna go up next. I think we have, 2 weeks, and then next 2 weeks from now, when I do my AMRAP set. But then we're also gonna be practicing heavy singles, and by heavy I mean anything above 85%, so probably 90% singles in between sets. So that's one in. Oh, and there's one thing that I've done with powerlifting at the very beginning, even before I knew about powerlifting, is I started using the hook grip. And I know you guys use it a lot, right? In Olympic weightlifting, it's the only way to get into a clean, with a good position, right? But in powerlifting, people usually don't go through the process of adapting their thumbs to the stress. It usually takes, I'd say, 2-3 months to get acclimated properly. But man, you can with the hook grip, you can pull just as heavy as anybody with a mixed grip with less. And the reason I did it is because eventually I might have probably moved towards Olympic lifting, but I also didn't want to deal with muscle imbalances by having internally and externally rotated shoulders, in this case supinated and pronated grip. And so I was just bypassing all that and getting some more advantages towards later lifts, or something that I would probably want to move on next. And now, whoever I coach, I will suggest that they start training the hook grip right off the bat. All right, I believe we do have multicam ready for this. And we just need to move the camera here to see a lateral view. So the front view will be for eyeball popping stuff. Lateral view would be for back angle. All right, first warm up is going to be 8 reps of this. So with the deadlift, we pretty much warmed up our whole posterior chain, but not so much the lats. So the whole concept of warming up to the deadlift after doing squats is just really to get the lats to fire up and be able to pick up our posterior chain that's already, knows how to work right now. That was 8. Whew. All right. To warm up, we'll just typically use a 2-minute rest just for the loading to occur. So another trick, especially if your plates have handles, to help with the warm up of your lats is to carry them with one hand and load them with one hand. So basically you have a row, you bring it and then you put it in. This is actually your lats working. Pro tip. Row, load. How to conjugate loading and warming up. All right, 30 seconds. We're doing 135 and 225. We win hook grip, and we're doing it beltless. But once we get to 315, we'll load the belt. It starts to get heavy. All right.
Do it.
That was 6. An easy 6. Rest. 2 minutes. We're going to load the third wheel. So we're also going to record a little warm up here. So loading up the lats. I'm gonna do 315 for 4, and then load up 375. Remember, one plate, one hand, one rope, bend over, lat work. 20 seconds. Now we're gonna put the belt, but we're still gonna pull hook for that set of 4 with 315 without shock. You should be able to do that. All right, set of 4, 315 hook. As the last warm up. Place the belt a little bit lower. There we go. All right, we need 4. I'm going to be loading the bar to 375. I kind of forgot to load the bar progressively here, but the angle was there. All right. Why did I even jack this? All I need is a 25 and a 5. 25 and a 5. We're going to be going back to 4-minute breaks now between sets. Hey, there's no 25 on there. Come on. All right, moving on for our main working set of deadlifts. 3 sets. another 2 minutes breather because this is going to be intense. If I do 375 to 6 reps, one round, 375 to 6, that's a 449 1 rep max. But if we do that when we still have 2 reps in reserve, technically RPE 8, we would be doing 8 reps. And that would give us 474 training capacity. 475. And having that training capacity even after doing squats and have not fully recovered from our last leg day, that would be pretty good. All right. We're up in 48 seconds. We're taking out the Cobra grips. All right, we're gonna change that playlist. That was a playlist from my girlfriend. We're just gonna put something a little bit heavier, please. All right, the timer said it's time to deadlift or to lift till dead. I'm gonna take off this necklace because it swings in our face. Every time we reset. That felt pretty good. RPE 8. Pretty sure it was RPE 8. Oh, luckily, I recorded the shot. Whew. Pretty sure this was RPE 8. then we're going to be doing some leg extensions. And we're also going to do a little circuit to finish off the upper body training we missed. And it's going to be face pulls, lateral raises, curls, and skull crushers. Should be rather quick. Finish up the arms. We could even do it with the leg extensions. All right, leg extensions. Oh no, because the cage we needed for the face pulls, so they're gonna be in the way. Hey, timer, whoa. I just snatched an extra 2-minute break here. All right. An extra 2 minutes. And on the face, oh yeah, we're gonna do heavy heavy leg extensions after this, 120 pounds for 8 to 10 reps. Want to finish off those quads. Starting to get some definition out here. It's hard to hit the legs with the lighting. Huh. You have a lot of varicose veins. Spider veins as well. "30 seconds, let's go." You can go right now because kind of started your timer late. That was RP9. We got 6 reps. So it's a good thing that we dialed down the weight. Last set coming up. And then we're gonna be over with the compounds for tonight. We're gonna be switching to accessories. Oh no, that's right. We still have to do Romanians after that. Yeah, I think due to time, and fatigue, we're gonna forego the Romanians for tonight, but we're gonna do the accessories as a circuit after. Normally I do this workout during the day, and now it's getting pretty late. It's already 9. And we've already been training for 2.5 hours. And that's just to complete 3 sets of squats, 3 sets of deadlifts. There's a little bit of chatting on the kind of live chat in between squats and deadlifts, but still it was a great conversation with GK Matt. Awesome Olympic lifter. Look him up. I stopped by his channel, gave him a shout out. I need to work on my shout out commands. I'm just this baby twitcher now. Shout out. GK Matt. I think I got it. Yeah, you shout out to GK Matt. Look him up. I'm pretty sure he's going to start streaming health and fitness now, not just gaming. So the new mic setup seems to be working fine. I haven't heard any complaints about the crackling in my voice anymore. So I will assume everything is perfect. Don't forget to breathe. I never do, because I'm Seb. Don't forget to breathe going out. How are you doing, Curtains? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. How you been doing? 30 seconds till death. Till last sets of deadlift. Alice isn't gut. What? Alice is cut. Just doing a little wrist work at the work camp, champ. At work, champ. Nice. Awesome. You're at work right now? You work evening or night shifts? All right. My rest timer says to just do it. And so I shall oblige. Last set of deadlift. Dying, trying. Remote home, yes sir. Nice. Nice. Very nice. All right, let's go. This is the last set. You can do it. One more. Not that. It was RP 10. Got 6 reps in. Let that one slip. No, sir. We're done. Deadlift. Another dime, another dollar. That was RP 10 though. All right. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our Romanian deadlift anyways. We're gonna do it with how much weight? Because we're gonna do it in superset with our leg extensions. What was the last weight used? 225 for 12. We should be good to do 225 for 8. Very good, 8, bro. I just got a thigh master. Nice. Coming for your weightlifting numbers, dude. Awesome, man. Coming up. Come on up. I want you to beat me. You know, powerlifting is the only sport where you cheer for your freaking, for your competition, basically. It's amazing. When I step on the platform for comp, it's always competing against my own shadow. And even if there are people in the same weight class as I am, I'm just gonna go there and cheer for them. It's just because that lift means so much more to that person than it means to me. The same way that my lift when I go on the platform means so much more to me in my context, in my training, in my life than it does for anybody else. And that's why we're cheering for it. I'm just spreading the love. Oh, all right. Let's deload that bar and set up the leg extension thing. I said earlier that I would want to skip Romanians, but I don't like skipping anything. I hate it. So I'm gonna do my Romanians. I'm just gonna do it in the supersets with my leg extensions because I can. And nobody will stop me from doing that. And it's gonna be stiff-legged deadlifts. Basically, Romanians. That's awesome. Thanks, man. Ugh. All right, 225 on one side. Actually, 225s on both sides. Ah. 225 on. And so we don't want to let grip compromise our back position on the Romanian, so we're gonna use the gloves. Now for the leg extension, I have to set up my super evil contraption of doom. You know what I'm talking about, curtains, right? You're a familiar to our evilness. We'll need a 10, and we'll actually need the 5 here. So for leg extensions, we have to load 120 on the cable machine. It's just 2.5 we don't need. Throw that sucker on eBay. I think about it every day. How I'm too dumb and lazy to make that copy. That's awesome. All right. 10 and a 5, that's going to be 120 on here. And a 10 and a 5 on this side here. All right. We need our squat bar. That's one thing though with this setup. It takes forever to set up. but effective it is. Sorry about that, folks. The screeching cage has hit our ears. Actually, we don't need those on. Don't need those on. Now, all you guys probably are wondering, what the hell is he preparing for? And that's what I am preparing for. Super evil contraption of doom. Alright. I will need this long cable. We'll need this. I will need this patented Coach Seb Gagnon apparel. So it's an extra pulley I hook up to the lower attachment point with a lengthening cable. And this will attach each leg, right? Yes, that's a picture of me. When I reach my leanness level, me and my girlfriend got a photo shoot, but that's been on the wall for quite some time now. All right, so we're attaching the feet to the lower attachment of the pulley here with the extension cable plus the extra pulley, which will make each leg pull independently of one another. And actually, the stronger leg would add more resistance to the weaker leg, who will have to compensate and therefore rectify muscle imbalances. This is genius. All right, so now that's now cool. You have that, but Seb, you need to sit somewhere, right? And yes, I have that prototype bench that fits on the safeties. Safeties are rated to 600 pounds. I weigh 200 and I lift 120. So technically, we're good. We're not even a half weight capacity. Well, around half. And this is still a prototype, but I need to add some extra padding. I just didn't have the time to finesse everything up. And then we're gonna put these on the Gagnon attachment. Yes. So with these cheap ankle straps, I'm working on an attachment that will just have 2 rubber padding and fit on each leg like this. But in the meantime, this could very well do it. And you need to have the rings in the back, obviously. They also act as like half, not even half, but a quarter shin guard for your remaining delts afterwards. That's all right. I've got a really dry throat. I'm gonna drink a little bit of water and then head on. Gonna start with the Romanian deadlifts. Gonna do 8 reps. We're gonna do this beltless, but we're still gonna use the Cobra grips. You just wanna maintain a good stiff leg position. Get the stretch of the hammies and lower erector. Stabilize the pelvis and the hip extension. For the hip pin. Gonna do 8. We're gonna force it up. Nothing fancy. I was about to skip those, so any work. is going to be pretty intense at this point. That's it. That's it. Leg extensions. Oh, I forgot something. Yes, unfortunately, I gotta protect my spine, and I forgot the foam. There's something that is located somewhere in the gym. This, otherwise the barbell will dig in between the vertebrae. Not so good. And this is the only time I will recommend people using this to protect their back. Never in the back squat. All right, we're ready now. Nine, 10. And you know what? I'm gonna keep arms for tomorrow. It's supposed to be a rest day, but I don't have upper body until next Wednesday, so I can technically carry over the rest of my arm day tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. It's getting really late. Now we can turn the camera because we're missing some fun on the evil contraptions doing. All right, let's see here. We did 225 for 8. How was RPE? Yeah. 8, yeah, 8. We have 2 sets left and we're done. We did 120 for 10. This is RPE 8. Still has some juice left in there. that I gather is going to become harder as the sets progresses. Timer back to 2 minutes. Now that those are accessories. And I'm going to go and have to fetch my phone because I might be missing some important text messages. I'll be right back. All right, Houston, we have a problem. I can't find my phone. I should not be allowed to vote. I hit the pause button. I thought you were just stuck on the ground. Nice. Nice. I'm no audio expert, but there is some funky feedback static. Okay. Maybe it's because I was far away from the receiver. How is it now? Is it better? I'm trying to find my phone. I don't know where it is. And my watch, which has the find my phone feature, is dead. So that's not as much helpful. Oh, there we go. I found my phone. It's my gym bag. It is as if we are working out inside a bee's nest. Really? All right, so more audio issues with those remote mics. So I'm going to show you something that my friends have sent me. They say this is for me. All right, second set. Let's do it now. We only have one set left after. So I did 8 last time. How about we hit 9 on this one? All right. Seb, the schedule going on. All right. We only have 2 more sets of this. Let's go. You got 9. Oh, maybe the strange static is the fan that you're hearing in the background. Now I come to think of it. I have a gym fan going on. Ow. The quads. Baby giraffe is trying to get up. Baby giraffe. One more set. We are completely out of ATP at this point. I'm running on fumes. Running on fumes. Oh. Say hey, Binary Theory, thanks so much for letting me know in my stream. Was locked for the entire night. That's something that I need to work on. But thanks for letting me know, man. All right. Have a killer rest of the workout, Coach MacGyver. Love this setup, man. Thanks so much, Curtains. Have a great night. Have a great shift at work. Glad I was able to entertain you for a little bit. And thanks for stopping by and keeping me going. Really helps to keep the Die First and Quit motto active. Of course, good thing you didn't see video was on. No, that's the thing is, I do have that ending credit screen. All right, and that's where I close all the rest of the stuff so that people can, you know, still chat a little bit and view the ending credits. But then what happens is I forget to actually end the stream. So what I want to do is, when I have a little bit of time, I'm going to put a macro that shuts down the stream automatically if it's still active after 2 minutes that it's been on the ending stream scene. So because I can't rely on my brain to think about these things, especially at the end of a workout, it seems that oxygen has completely left my brain and it was fed to all of my muscle. So how are you doing, Binary Theory, by the way? Have a happy Saturday. Hope you had a great day, great workout. How's the deadlift going? Any progress? Been a weird week? Yeah, had some of those too, man. I usually don't stream on Saturday nights. This weekend I am doing a massage therapy training. And it was a huge day of anatomy class today. So LCL. Oh, really? Tweak your LCL on the deadlifts? So how did it happen though? All right, so we did the second set of Romanians, 225. We did for 9 reps. You know, last set, we're gonna give everything we have, and we're gonna do 10. And I think that was pretty much RP 9 that we're gonna see on the last set. And on leg extensions, we did 120 for 10. All right, so last rep of heavy squats. Okay, I felt something on the lateral side of my left knee do something, it's chunk, and couldn't squat below 90 degrees without pain after that. I was trying to stay upright by using a wider stance and driving my knees out over my feet, but I think I overdid it. Yes. Depending on, like, I'd have to see what your squat looks like. The driving your knees out cue does not work well with somebody that does not have knee valgus issues, all right? So if your knees are already aligned with where they're already pointing where your toes are pointing, you don't need the knees out cue, all right? You don't need that. You're already stable. So in my case, when I squat, all right, especially when it's super heavy, like I'm getting close to my maximum potential, my knees will turn inwards like this because my adductors are overpowering my glutes and my TFLs. So the driving your knees out cue, it's a goal to get the knees to stay in line with your toes in that situation. But you can totally do this. So you'll shift the weight on the outside of your knee, and it is possible to tweak the LCL with this. Also, if you're trying to fix knee valgus by having a wider stance, this is just going to exacerbate the problem, right? Because you're going to add a shear load to your knees, especially on a wider stance. When your knees are caving in like that, you've got a really good stress here, all right? So the injury does not happen when you're shoving it out. It happens when there's too much shear load here because your heels are too far out, okay? You want your heels, even if the knee valgus comes in, they can't go further inside because it's stopped by your hips, all right? So this limits the knee valgus situation. So for fixing a knee valgus, normally we recommend to get a more inside stance until you can correct the problems of the glutes and TFL, all right? Then you can have a little bit wider stance as long as you can maintain knee stability. Awesome then. It's not too bad. I'm glad you could recover for it. So are your forward lean to stay more upright in a wider stance, okay? But if you want to look at that, look at it as not in a perspective of forward lean or not, because that's all dependent on where the bar sits on your back, right? If you're a high bar squat, you're going to need to have your back straighter, but it's always the bar relative to midfoot, right? So if you're at the bottom position, on the low bar squat, it's normal to have more forward lean because the bar is further down your back. but you want the bar to stay relatively close to the center of your midfoot, to the center of your foot. So midfoot right here. So if you take a video from the side, all right, and then pause when you're at the bottom, draw a line in the middle of your foot up, and then see where the bar sits vertically, like forward of that bar or backward of that bar. That's because you're too much on your heels. If it's a little forward, then you're too much on your toes. You're shifting the weight too much on your toes. And with a low bar squat, it is acceptable to be a little bit ahead, right? Just a slightly bit ahead of midfoot, but ultimately it should still be a goal to maintain bar stability over midfoot. Anyways, let's do my last set here. You managed to get the stream at the before it ended tonight, Binary. It's awesome. All right, last set, then I can go and have a break and some food. The bar load on that thing is completely off. Here, just for the sake of trying to get. It was high bar, the eccentric is fine, but I was having trouble coming out of the hole without leaning forward. All right. If you want to correct this, so that's what is on the bar right now for my stiff leg deadlift. So if you want to correct, what happens in your situation is because your hip drive is too fast, similar to what we've observed on your deadlift, all right? Your hip is too strong and drives up too fast for your back to maintain bracing and stability, right? So you're gonna go down, 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 it's up. As soon as your hips shift up, whoop, what happens? Your back stays there because it's not able to pick up. So there, you can do two things. Be more patient out of the hole, all right? Slow down your hips mentally. Get your hips to slow down, brace your core, and give your back time to just go up at the same time as your hips, right? This could be a cue that's a little hard to maintain or to think of during the lifts. But if you have the wrist mobility, do a few sets of front squats, all right? Because front squats, if your hip shoots up too fast before your back can brace it, the bar will just dump forward and you're gonna miss the lift. So it's gonna practice maintaining your back integrity and forcing your quads to pick up the load and your hips can't go further. It's gonna dump the load onto your elbows. You're gonna feel it. So the cue is to bring the lats up, keep the elbows up to break your back up. So try front squats and you'll see that it's going to improve your back squat a lot. All right, last set of Romanians or stiff leg deadlifts. And we're done. Oh, need this. Hey, no problem, man. I'm always here to help. And you're jumping in here to get what you need. And I was glad I was able to provide. You basically have the same issue I have. So it was kind of anecdotal at this point. It still makes a lot of sense mechanically, but I could relate anecdotally to you. 10. All right, one last set of leg extensions. Let's finish this. Oh. 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 Ah. Oh. Oh. God. Oh God, the jaw. Oh. Yeah. I think we just killed the quads. Yeah. Great success. We have achieved failure. Tom Platz would be proud. Oh. Oh. Baby giraffe will have a hard time getting up. Oh, God. Form on your last rep look exactly like the first. Which one, the leg extensions or the deadlifts? SLDL. So you think that the bar speed didn't even change? I feel the muscular fatigue, so I bring those to a fatigue level that's maybe 1 to 2 reps short of technical failure rather than muscle failure. So all right, we're done. This combo leg and day. If our quads don't hypertrophy from that, nothing will. We are doomed. We have absolutely shit genetics. Of course, I'm just kidding. We're not doing it so much for body composition than to address. Bar definitely settled down. There you go. But the form was good. Yeah. So that's the goal of training, right? You want to maintain technique and integrity as much as possible throughout the fatigue, right? So you're going to be becoming better and better at judging your rate of fatigue proprioceptively compared to external view with bar velocity. But also you're going to bring within a set of, let's say, of 10 reps, beginners, intermediates will probably have technique breakdown at rep number 8, all right? While muscle failure, complete failure happens at 10. So you have a 2 rep gap between technical failure and absolute failure. But you want, with technique, with training, you want to narrow that gap closer. So on higher rep sets, this is more easily achievable. But when you get into strength training where you're just doing 2 sets of 2 reps, right, at 80-90%, and you don't want that technique to break down from the next rep. The next rep would be absolute failure, but you don't want to be breaking down your technique on the last rep. So you want to bring those closer together. Oh. Now we have to clean after ourselves. Need to observe good gym etiquette here. Oh, this is like the cool down exercise. Just storing all the weights. Crap. Deload is supposed to be the week after next, so I think I'll finish out the non-leg portion normally and just do recovery work on the leg days. Yeah, sure. So, with your knee injury, I personally use a pain threshold evaluation on every set. I'll rate my pain from 1 to 10, and I will never exceed, if a set, my fatigue level is just like easy weight, right? But my set is limited by pain rather than fatigue. The rest of my body can still do 6, 7, 8 reps. But when I do a set of 10 and I lowered my weight so that my pain threshold at the 10th rep does not exceed 5, that's called responsible load management. So when you do your warm-up, technically you should be increasing weight gradually up to your working weights. During your warm-up, pay attention to your pain threshold, right? That's going to be a very good indicator whether or not you should be working with the weights that you should be working at, right? So if you warm up with the bar and your pain threshold on your 10th rep of warm-up is 8, then I wouldn't be working squats loaded that day. If your pain threshold is lower than 5 on your third warm-up with, let's say, 100 pounds, then okay, the warm-up is good to go because it's lower than 5, but that means that the working weights cannot be higher than what you just worked on, right? So keep always a pain threshold evaluation of your sets when you're doing recovery. If the next workout the same weight has a higher pain threshold, that means it's too heavy for your body to recover from that, right? So you're gonna have to lower the weight to another acceptable pain threshold. I use 5 in my example because I know that if I work with a certain weight with a pain threshold of 5 and I don't exceed that, my next workout I can overload, add say 5 pounds or 10 pounds to the bar depending on the lift, and my pain threshold will be 4 or 5, meaning my body has recovered from the last one and it's currently rehabilitating. But if the next workout, the same weight, is higher pain threshold, you have to lower the weight and bring it back down under 5 or something. Find what your pain threshold is for working out, or your working capacity pain, basically, entry level, entry point back into training, and start from there. I know it sucks in terms of numbers, right? Because regardless, the most disciplined person, we're all attached to numbers. Our brain is wired that way, right? It's like, I hit that number for so many reps last time, I have to bring down the weight. That's the name of the game, man. That's part of training. It's part of training. Somebody that has never been injured, has been gifted, is either not training appropriately, not appropriately, that's not the word I should be using, is not training to induce enough adaptation. He's probably just moving weight, so he's getting cardio done, but he's not getting some muscular adaptation, or not getting the muscular adaptation that he could be getting. Or he's just gifted with, genetics of the gods. But we all have to deal with injury at some point in our training. Everyone is. It happens, and learning to deal with that. And injury does not always mean that you're going to be weaker later on. It's probably going to be meaning that your body will have adapted to the injury and you'll get even stronger because of that. All right, we're missing one. Right here. I knew I would have to start periodizing my blocks eventually and not hit personal best so often soon anyway. Nice. I appreciate all the advice. Glad it was helpful, man. That's what I'm here for. That's why I stream. Well, it's not the only reason. It's because it's less boring workouts in the first place, but it's like I like helping. If you're ever in the lookout for a new program, I've got my own app. You can look it up. I'm still currently writing some programs. Eventually, I'll be offering, once I've done writing the programs, I'll be offering a free trial also on my app. So let's log this 120. We did 10. That was the C leg extension. And we did Romanian. I think we did 10, 225. And I would probably say that was RPE 8 in the last one. Probably might have been too conservative on the two first sets. Why hasn't it logged the last set? We're done the workout. Session RPE was 9. We're good. All right. Man, it's 10 o'clock. Oh, that was a super long training. And I have to get up at 7 again tomorrow. So if you want to hit that rest, beauty, sleep period, I'll have the bots announce it here as well when I'm streaming and when I do. But I'm gonna be putting out a lot of ads on Facebook, my Facebook account and Instagram account. I believe you're already following my Instagram, so I'll be announcing it there. In the meantime, you can probably bookmark this. This is where my app resides. You'll see I offer some of the most widely known programs from the powerlifting and strength training that are already there for people that are subscribed to my app. So if you can choose any of those programs for like they can pick and choose, they can switch programs, whichever one they want. As long as they're subscribed. Nice. And the CSG Crescendo is the periodization program that I wrote. I currently only have a 3-day program out there, but I'm writing a 4-day, 5-day, and not sure I'm going to be doing a 6-day. Not a lot of people can do 6 days, but within the 4 and 5 days, I will have some variations based on what your goals are. Let's say a 5-day with focus on squats, or focus on deadlifts, or focus on bench. You know, so have 2 days of upper body, and 1 pull, 1 leg, and 1 combo, like I'm doing right now, like my 5-day program basically right now. All right. Oh, on this note, there we go. Binary Theories 10 following you. Nice. Thanks, man. Thanks for the follow. You'll also notice I offer content in both French and English. I am French Canadian, so I still want to relate to my colleagues here in Quebec province of Canada, and also helpful for the people in France. Our language are similar. All right. I think we did a pretty good job cleaning up. We just got 1 bench to bring back here. Oh. And that pulley right here was not set straight. All right. Cool. We can put this here. All right. Next stream is Monday. Effectively, the next stream will be Monday. It being deadlifts. Hopefully, we'll have recovered. But there's a slight chance that we might not be fully recovered because we've trained late today. Normally I train around 11 to noon, but there's a slight chance we might not perform to our best capacity on Monday, but we'll see. I mean, our bodies are amazing things. But then again, it'll just be a matter of, you know, reducing the weight for our working capacity for that day. That's it. Responsible load management. All right, so we completed Saturday. Did we hit any? I don't think we hit any records. Oh, look at that. Squat, 6 1 rep max. We didn't do 330. That's not, I didn't log this properly for sure. Yeah, the last set was not 330, that was 315. So we're gonna correct the data. All right. Correcting the data, it was. We also have to consider that I am working out in a calorie deficit, right? Working out in a calorie deficit, basically you're gonna have less energy available for you to do your workout. So fatigue level will creep up faster on you. Your perception of fatigue will increase quite drastically, more than if you had normal maintenance calories. So this does not mean that you're not getting your body to adapt, right? So technically, you cannot build new muscle fiber in a calorie deficit. That is true, unless you're newbie gains. But you can maintain your current fibers and you can get stronger. So that's why I usually phase my cuts in the blocks where I work on strength training and not on hypertrophy. There's always a component of strength even in hypertrophy blocks, right? But it's not the main focus of the block. So when I do strength training, this means anything 6 rep range and below, that's strength training. In a calorie deficit, their training will suck. You'll be more fatigued. It's going to be higher intensity basically than it's supposed to be, but you're getting stronger still. That's why you're still hitting PRs even in a calorie deficit. And that's what a lot of people in the powerlifting community or the weightlifting community don't quite understand. There are clinical studies that have shown this to be true. You can build strength in a calorie deficit while you cannot build new muscle fiber. You can still strengthen the fibers you have, right? So you can still get stronger tendons, stronger this and that, but you just can't build new muscle fibers. And that's kind of why this programming is right now for me. It's a 16-week cycle. The first 8 weeks, the first 2 blocks is hypertrophy and then transitioning to strength, and then block 3 is strength, and block 2 is strength, and block 1 is strength and power. And that at the end of block 4, block 3 is strength, block 4 is strength and power, and at the end of block 4 I'll be out of my calorie deficit and I'm going to be back to maintenance, so power will come back, energy levels will come back. You're dreading the cut. I don't personally think you need to cut unless you want to reach a specific weight class for competition. Yeah, no, keep on doing it. Let me get. Unless you have a specific body composition in mind that you want to maintain, you want to attain, or a specific weight class you need to reach for competition, you do not need to lean out. From the videos I've seen, your current level of body composition is just fine, perfect for your current training. There's nothing, it's just my context for me is I have a powerlifting competition in March, which I need to get into my weight class that I want to be in. That's where I am. Perpetual bulk's not great, but you have to differentiate between a lean bulk and a dirty bulk, right? There's two things. Like a dirty bulk is where you're gonna eat insane amounts of foods. That's like over like 500 calories from your normal maintenance. Basically, I would consider dirty bulk. And a lean bulk is usually no more than 5% what you're eating out. So that'd be like 200 calories, maybe 250 above your maintenance. I wouldn't go further than that. You want to limit you want to limit as much as possible the fat or the adipose tissue gain. You're still going to get some, but as long as you're getting the muscle to be in an anabolic state, you want to create more than it destroys, to create more fibers. That's what you want to put your body state in. If you're gaining too much fat too quickly, then the cut is going to be super hard, right? Because you're going to have more fat to cut, essentially, right? So over the course of pretty much an 8-month bulk, I've only gained 15 pounds. I'm an 8-month bulk, so making my cut at a 2 pounds per week, an 8-week endeavor, right? But if you gain like 30, 40 pounds, then that becomes like either you do a crash diet, which is not safe, or you're gonna be cutting for longer periods of time and you're losing that body muscle fiber time to build up, right? So it's kind of intuitive. Anyways, that's pretty much it for tonight, folks. Thanks so much for being here. Great discussions. Glad I was helpful with some of these topics. Very gain 1.5 pounds per week. A lot of newbie gains. Yeah. You have to understand one thing, right? Muscle gains don't happen overnight. So gaining muscle takes a lot of time, okay? Gaining fat, not so much. So you can't say I've gained 1.5 pounds of muscle in a week. That's impossible. It's not gonna happen. It takes 3, 4, 6 weeks to build half to a pound of muscle minimum, especially with the newbie gains. So especially when you're experienced, it takes a whole lot of time. You're lucky if you get 2 to 3 pounds of muscle in the whole year. All right. So that's why doing a lean bulk, I personally lean bulk and a 0.25 to 0.5 pound per week. 0.5 pound per week is the maximum that I will accept in terms of weight gain on a weekly basis. I look at more, like on a bulk, I look at more monthly gains, no more than 2 to 2.5 pounds of body weight per month. So in an 8-week, that would be like 16 pounds, pretty much on track with what I was saying, right? When you see the difference though, is when you're gonna be leaning out back down, right? Let's say I was 182 at 10% body fat. When I lean out back down to 182, I'm probably gonna be 8% body fat because I've built that muscle mass, extra muscle mass, right? So it's going to be harder and harder for me to stay in the 182 body weight class because I'm going to have to get so much leaner to get down in that body class that it's not going to be sustainable for performance, right? Like performance drops drastically at lower body fat levels. And anything below 12% starts to kind of affect performance on heavy lifts, on heavy singles and everything. There's some analytics in there. So even going as a 9% body fat level lifter, I know that I am gimping myself a little bit on terms of performance, but I just want to milk out that weight class before moving on to the next. I'm trying to lift as much weight as I can at that weight class. Anyways, that was great discussions, people. Have a great Saturday. That was super fun. It was nice chatting with you all. Thanks Binary Theory for being here. Thanks for the late night show up. Everybody else that's been lurking, it's been awesome to have you around. And hopefully you guys have a good night. Get that sleep, get that repair going in. Next, have a great rest of your weekend too. That was awesome. See you maybe on Monday, 4:30 EST. That's going to be the last live stream. And on this note, have a great night. Remember, life first, then quit. Love you all. Take care. Have a good night. And now I shall not forget to end the stream after closing everything. I promise. All right. Turning off the mic now. Signing out.